A hostile alien force arrives in the outer solar system, sending infiltrators to subvert Earth's governments as it builds an invasion fleet. As commander of the Resistance, you must recruit a council of leaders dedicated to protecting humanity from the looming alien threat. Councillors must contend with shifting political conditions to secure alliances and employ both warfare and subterfuge to safeguard humanity as it moves into space. For victory will not be on Earth alone. Explore a detailed model of the solar system's planets, moons, and asteroids, and compete with other factions to harness the resources of these worlds, with the ultimate goal of constructing a fleet to defeat the alien invaders. Establish mining outposts to extract the raw materials your forces will require. Build and upgrade space stations to develop new technologies and expand your industrial capacity. Defend your assets while deploying your fleet to combat both hostile human factions and alien forces. Command warships in battles where momentum and maneuver are keys to victory. And preserve the independence of humankind. Terra Invicta, a grand strategy alien invasion game.
Taking them down.
Person of interest surveilled.
Mission in progress.
We're taking over.
The people will come to our side.
Long live the revolution.
Targets lost.
We found something. I'll make sure they're on our side.
Prepping for launch.
We remember the day the stars answered, the day we learned we were not alone. As a familiar sun rose on an unfamiliar universe, some of us saw wondrous possibility and others existential danger. The astronomers had insisted that the bright streak in the sky was no natural phenomenon. Most of us didn't really believe them until it burned through our atmosphere and crashed in a remote region, leaving only wreckage and uncertainty. In our ignorance, we fractured, taking refuge in our most primal emotions. Each of us saw what we wanted to see. Survival of the fittest has always been the game. Whether you're beating your enemy with a rock or a lawsuit, you have to be vicious to be the top dog. Because when you've worked for everything and you've fought for all you have, nothing will satisfy you except everything.
So before we actually start the real game, the only thing that's going to limit us is the location of our main country. I had started a game last night and I got a lot further and I realized exactly what it was that I needed in order to accomplish certain missions. And I had played this scenario before a little bit. Like, I haven't really played the whole game a lot. I've just spent quite a few hours learning about it. It is complex, and I'm probably about 30 to 50% into the understanding of the game, the so-called game mechanics. Now, I'm going to go into that again because I think it's important that one of the main game mechanics is when you send a counselor in to do things, and when the AI or the computer sends their counselors in to do their things, they are also given a percentage of success and failure. And that percentage of success and failure is based simply on a dice roll. It can go anywhere from 1% to 99%. And if your entry into that percentage is remarkably higher than the dice roll of the failure, you get a critical success, or vice versa, you get a critical failure. All of this is based simply on a dice roll. Now, when I finally figured this out, I was like, you're kidding me. Okay, so there's several ways you can cheat and just keep rolling the dice until you get what you want. Now, in a sense, this is not cheating. Okay, you get yourself to a certain point of reality in the game, then you hire all your intelligence and officials and you let them run simulations. This game is war games on steroids, more or less. So everybody's doing their simulation runs, and one of them will have a complete success in all of the different areas. Now, if the success margin is a lot lower, you may only get a success in one area, and you may decide, okay, I'm going to go with that because it's taken me 5 to 10 minutes to get that that one area. So I'm thinking, I got ideas. Instead of, going for high, I could do rolls that are, let's say if they were all 75%, in, say if I sent 3 councils out, 3 missions, and the rolls were all over 75%. So that success rate is divided by 3. I would have to run it. It's a combination permutation type thing. So I would have to run it either 9 times or 3 cubed 3, which is 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. So I'd have to run it 27 to 30 times to get a success below 66 to 75% in all 3 of those missions. It takes a long time to load. It would take me probably a half an hour to run it 30 times. So you want a really high success rate, maybe put in some, there are things called influence points, and we need to learn how to raise those influence points, because that's what we get our counselors with and do missions with and a lot of stuff. And I'm not really 100% sure on that. So I want to know where my home country is, and we're going to, so the alien vessel has crashed down in some region in China. While the wreckage is unrecoverable, we expect an alien life form escaped into the surrounding countryside.
Welcome, boss. The council has appointed you leader of our organization. I am Soren van Beek, your chief operating officer. We're living in a time of great change. The alien arrival will transform our world, possibly beyond recognition, and we must be positioned to respond appropriately to whatever opportunities may occur.
I recommend sending a counselor to investigate the crash site, etc. Other counselors are going to be trying to do the same thing. You may want to review objectives, etc. Now, we've discovered that we want to, like, my goal is to unify nations, get all the nations of the world, or as many of the nations as possible, unified, so that I can get the most highest collective science gain. I think that's the way to do that, because I want extremely high science. There's a ton of research to do, and it's going to take quite a few game years to do that. So my thinking is, let a lot of these countries do what they want to do. They all want to go to space. There's a space race going on, and they don't care about the people. They're just putting all their efforts into science and space, and these are the big countries, and they're saying, well, try to get a foothold in these countries because they have such high science capabilities.
Completed, Commander.
That's my voice attack thing. So, while that's possible, it may not be practical early on, and I'm thinking growing my counselors.
Completed, Commander.
To learn how to do things like infiltrate and crack down, purge, in order to steal control points as long as they're not defended, type of thing. And it looks like a lot of that information is available once the game gets going. And then I'm thinking, as far as the aliens go, they're going to do some massive damage towards the end of the game, and they're not going to really mess with us as much because we're not going to create a hatred with them. But we are going to exploit them, and the Initiative, I think, is the only faction that has all of these alien missions to learn about their xenology, and there's a lot of projects that come with this faction versus any of the other factions. That's a guess, but I have seen the evidence of that, and I'm gonna go with it. I'd like to know, like, maybe we've got the option to steal things, and we've got to be able to protect from those thievery of our projects. So there's all of that. And right now we are just going to, they're asking us to do that. We are going to find out exactly where our home country is. And to do that, we are going, nations. Now see, I gotta turn my mic up, and it's like cranked up all the way. Nations.
Completed, Commander.
So we look at our high influence rate, and it says we're in Turkmenistan. Wait, that's only 2 control points, though. I don't know where our home country is. It's here. Oh, we've got high influence in... But look at the science. So it's like really shitty looking science here. So this may be another failed start again. The previous mission I've got, we're in Iran, and you know, maybe that's not so bad. It's close to Mesopotamia. You know, there's a lot of stuff happening, like in the real world, but shit, I don't know where our home country is. It says it's Turk. Wait, let me... Nations. Nations.
Completed, Commander.
If we go here... I don't know where... What does it tell you? Where the... Where the home nation is. Objectives, faction, diplomacy, contact, mission on a council from another faction, council initiate trade discussions with the leaders. Successful trades can serve to lower hostility between factions. I mean, that's like right between Russia and China. Yeah, like that's so not gonna happen. The last time it was North Korea, and I just wish I knew. Oh, the Resistance, Humanity Servants, Protector Academy. We are the initiative. Where's the 8th one? That's 4, that's 7. Resistance, Human Initiative Servants, Protectorate, Academy, Project. Do I gotta go back and look at that list? Shit. Bear with me, I'm gonna go to look at the wait, they don't show this, that's only in the game. Servants, Resistance, Humanity First, Alien. Oh, Aliens is the other faction, that's why it doesn't show up. With the 7th one. What's that button? I don't know what that button is. I think it's the one with the most influence. But it doesn't have to be. Why wouldn't we choose a nation? Actually, you know, maybe The nation we should choose is the one nations.
Completed, Commander.
So if we look at the science, if we choose the one with the highest influence and the highest science that we can find, that would be a lot more equitable. Now there's a 60% that's Iran. That's Iran. This science is only 32, and it keeps going. It keeps dropping from there. That's the highest level of influence. So if you were to take something like 30%, like the highest is 100, 50% is going to be in here, and that's 20 science. So Iran is 60% with 32 science. I'm going to run another. I want to run another mission. 14, 20. Like, we don't even have to have, you know, like even Canada, because we were in Canada, they've got 80 science. And we started from 7 and we worked our influence. We can work our influence up and just completely move everything. See here, Canada, our influence is only 6%. Their science is 80. And we can get in there. We can get into Canada. And in fact, Canada is the only place with 3 control points and the highest science. The highest starting science. So if we put all our efforts there, we get 80. And we've got 34. It gets us, if we get Canada in the beginning, it gets us up to 120 science. And we need 200, we need double that. So if that's all 3. So if we were to go with, let's say, another 120, that would be 340 science countries. There's Sweden again with 2 control points. There's some in the Union. There's 33 in Ireland. And the other thing is mission control. So if you have these mission control points, they give you a generous boost to science. So Benelux has 1. Now, that was the same in the other country, in the other mission. So who's got 2? This one's got 4, Russia. And they've got 3 of them. And I think these are the same things. I don't know. This is 0. So I think you can study towards mission control points. Some countries don't have them. And I think you can add them. Where's order?
Completed, Commander.
So if you look for Madagascar, that one didn't have any. However, if we go there, they have development, which shows a mission control status. And there's some countries that don't have that. Now wait just a minute. I thought some countries didn't have that development. Wait, this is France. These are people in, that must, wait, that's Russia. I thought Canada didn't, I thought there was somebody that didn't have that. What is that? Mission control, boost, science. This must be the same for all this development. It must be the same for every country. That they have all of those things in there. Where's that other country that I just looked at? It's not this one. This one? This is called Benelux. They have 3. And they've got 70 science. So if we control that country and Canada, that's 3 control points. That's 20. That's 24. Well, 22. You have to get 3 control points with 22 in it. But it's a lot easier to do one country than it would be to do 3 different countries, because then you got to manage. You're spreading out your councilors too thin. But we have to get. Yeah, so once these countries are all stabilized, we can just grab other countries and stabilize them. The ones that have the science. Nations.
Completed, Commander.
So I just don't know if I'm wondering about the home country. But here it's Turkmenistan. It's not Iran. I'm going to start another game. I'm going to keep starting another game until we find something. Which didn't turn out very well for the Native Americans. We have to look at ourselves. Oh, what did I do? Just quit the whole game? When I started playing this, I said to myself, okay, it's a simulation. I did not say to myself, okay, I'm going to have problems and whatever. I just did it, I learned it, and I got lucky enough to be able to get enough knowledge to be able to play it. So we go, I don't know why the scenarios are like that. Full solar system. 8 factions. We are the initiative, because that is the only group I believe that gives you the alien projects. A lot of them, because I already went through that with the previous missions yesterday. And it showed Sweden again. Why did it show Sweden? It showed them. They didn't really have high science. It would be nice to see a 2 control point country with a mission control already there. Well, actually, we only need 1 control point to get the mission control, but it may only affect 1/3. I don't know, like there's a delineation of those different traits in the total amount of traits that gives you the science, And it could be only 33% if you only got one control point for that mission control center.
We remember the day the stars answered.
I sure do. An alien vessel has landed in Denver.
Welcome, boss. The council has appointed you leader of our organization.
Yes. New objective, investigate the alien crash. The aliens has crashed in the United States. Now, it appears that we have some supporters in Laos, making it a good target for us to control. So maybe, and we've got 130 on the cap. Nations.
Completed, Commander.
So they're telling us. Now, we've only got 88%, and there's Laos. So the top country is the one where they think we should control because that's the one that's got the highest influence. However, let's take a look at mission control first. And Barilo has got 3 and 1 mission control. Germany's got 4 with a mission control. And I don't know. There's Laos. The other thing is the total science from the countries. Again, Canada is 3. That's at the top. We got 5% there. Like, it's just crazy. Let's look. Order.
Completed, Commander.
So if we go to Iran, we've only got 2% in Iran, so that's definitely changed. That's definitely changed. If we go by control points and go to the bottom of the list, and look for the highest science in a single control point, we'd have to have probably like 30, but we're not going to get it. Those are 22, that's 21. And these are countries with high unrest, probably. 20, Tajikistan. Pacific states. The Caribbean states, Georgia, that was one of them. I'm wondering if the science numbers and the control points are relatively the same. So now we're in 2 control point countries, 25, 24, 25. Well, 3 25s is 75 science versus... It's exactly, well, no, 3 of those is actually 6 control points for only 75 science. So what does that tell you? There's 28, 29 Baltic states and New Zealand. Oh, Slovakia, like, we might be able to get 90 from 3 of them. But still, that's 6 control points. That's just crazy. That's crazy. Here's one with 40. Sweden. And Sweden, I don't know what it is, but that country, you can't help the country because they take all the spoils and there's no way to get rid of it. They said to ignore it, like let them have it or something. So now the one was 3. So here's one with 50. That's Argentina. So really you're down to 3, and you really have to look at this, go by the science stats. If we were to go with a 4, let's go, actually, wait. So Canada is the highest with 3. And then Benelux is the highest with 3. That's a total of 6 control points. And honestly, we would need... we need 4 countries with 6 control points. And the numbers keep going down after Canada. If I did 3 countries with 6 control points, that's 9. That's a total of 9 control points. If I did two countries with 4 control points, that's a total of 80. We need 120. 100. If we did, what is that? Germany. Just Germany, Japan. So what we could do, shit. Counselors.
Completed, Commander.
So we're gonna recruit somebody with a high persuasion. I don't know if it's high persuasion and high admin. I don't think it's investigate and spy. Yeah, let's try high persuasion and high admin. That one's 5-6. So Kawaya. He's got 10 persuasion and 7-7. This guy, let's try this evangelist and see what the numbers are on this dude. We only cost 30. Nations.
Completed, Commander.
Actually, let me just knock that off. So if we go to Canada and we grab our people, shit. We just grab this. It starts at 21. 21 to 67. We can go on the quick list over here.
Ready for orders.
On the right. 7 to 21. Her persuasion is low and the admin is high.
Reporting in.
Okay, so she's the highest. That's the persuasion number. So that uses only 1 influence point. Definitely. That would work. So then the other question is, actually we could put her here. Actually, no. You wait just a minute.
Where do you need me? Ready.
Okay, that's not too bad. That uses 4 points.
Putting our people in place.
Nations.
Ready for my mission.
Nations.
Completed, Commander.
So we'll look at science again and go down the let's look at the 4 control point and look at I think Germany's is too It's too much. We probably need to go with that Belarus country, I'll bet you. That's the best one to go for. Let's go for that one. And we'll use, let's check out our numbers here. 8 to 29.
Ready for orders.
We want to get up to, that's 8 points. We need something with a higher success rate than the other place. I think we're gonna have to use, maybe that would work. Actually, let me look at Germany. Where's Germany? This one? Oh, it shows you. See, I think you only get 15 science. You have to get both of these control points and then you get the 30 science. That's a guess. That's 156. That's actually pretty good. So I'm really curious. That uses 16 points. That uses all of our control points. What is this? Our monthly income is 51.8. Our daily income is 1.7 point. Half of that comes from counselors, and 1 comes from global public opinion, which is actually kind of low.
Putting our people in place.
Standing by for orders.
It's 20. We don't have any points. We need to go with, let's go with Madagascar. They got science down there. Yeah, see the number? They got 20 science. I like Madagascar. I think there's a real life mission control center there. I don't know, I can't remember. It's one of these African places.
We'll be running this place in no time.
Yeah, right. So we've got 39 science to start with, and then you confirm the missions, and then you save the game, and then you run the rolls. So we're gonna do, I'm gonna call it S1 again. It should do the date. It just puts them all up at the top here. And now it's a matter of time.
Completed, Commander.
I don't know what that does. I may have to. So now we're just running this until to see if we can get all three countries.
We believe we can.
And we
We
discovered.
still lack support.
So we failed Madagascar.
We failed to take control.
And we failed whatever that
Still
was.
lack support.
Yeah, we failed everything, which I find difficult to believe, because our percentages were over 50%. We should have gotten at least one of them. So I'm probably going to start a whole new game, because I don't like they're putting my influence of my country, like, I don't know, that other one I had yesterday, I mean, I don't know, their main country's Iran, and maybe the other countries that have the high influence are around Iran. Maybe I could look at those countries and load that mission up and see, because I could back off on that one and just go from there. So I pick countries, then I run the rolls and I keep doing it. Earth until I get what I
Completed, Commander.
want. Because I want everything. Yeah, right. We should be able to run this now. Time.
Completed, Commander.
So you get all the cancelers, you get all their missions, and then you run the roll. I still haven't figured that
Our
part out
presence
yet.
is growing.
Okay, we gained Madagascar.
We still lack support.
We lost Germany.
Our presence is growing.
And we gained Canada. Now, did we get time?
Completed, Commander.
We must not only defend...
Oh, whatever they did. So we got a control point here, and we got, that was 80 points, and we got, did we get Madagascar? We did. So we should have went for Bellero. I'm gonna go for Bellero again. So we had 40. Let's see here. I'm not looking at that numbers. That's a total of 20, and we got 1 CP. So that should get us up to 60. Now this one, 130. We got 100. We're up to 100. And so if that's 20, 25, that's a total of, if that's 25 and 20 and 20 is 40, 40 and 40 is 80. No, wait, 25 is 45, 85. So we actually got 100. We got more points than what I was calculating, which is fine. Because I'm just going by this number, and if we get more, then fine. And our CP went up to 150. We got a bonus somewhere. You know what I want to do? I'm going to go ahead and drop this music. And the other thing that I'm probably going to do is I'm going to restart the stream because I got to do something. There's some other things here I didn't do. And I should have, instead of going for Germany, what I should, oh look, somebody already grabbed that control point. They get 40 a month. And Germany has a mission control. Well, so does this one. Oh, their science is 60. Yeah, I should have went here. What's their percentage? 23. Oh yeah. That country and Canada is definitely doable. We advanced the public opinion, we put welfare and everything into the country, and that part of it seems to be the same. The only thing that's different now is the influence. If we look at the influence curves, see, so they're seeing Laos, like we're over here somewhere. Is that Cambodia? See, look at our numbers there. Now see, the neighboring countries, we're just shit here. Myanmar, what did I click? We're high over there. You know, I gotta take a break. We're gonna come back and we're gonna figure some more of this stuff out here. But I gotta take a break.